Yeah. Today we honor a legend. It's a historical moment. MLK. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life began like yours or mine. Born in Atlanta, Georgia in 1929. Martin Luther and Alberta Williams were his parents' names. With siblings Alfred and Willie Christine.
What up, though? It's your boy Brillo. MLK Day, Monday. I'm off work. A little something different, man. I'm here to pay homage to one of the greatest men of all time. I'm not gonna be up here long. I don't know how many people even gonna watch this, but I felt compelled to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King today. I feel like he does not get his just due still to this day. We got a couple people up in here. But like I said, I'm definitely not going to be in here long. I just want to take the time out of my day to honor a great man, which is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. What up, though? Afternoon. DeMarcus up in here. We in here. Like I said, not going to be long, but just a couple things that I wanted to, I just want to take the time out today to celebrate a great man, one of the greatest men of all time. Greatness personified. We're going to get right into it. It's a couple things that I wanted to address. First, I'm going to jump right into it, man. People are so goofy. We're going to get right into it. I was scrolling on YouTube and I came across a little interview. I'm just going to play some of it, then I'm going to address it. What's up, everybody? Let me see who else up in here before I play this little clip. Tamika, what up, though? Happy MLK Day. Also, happy birthday to Pretty Girl Trap Content. It's her birthday today, so everybody wish her a happy birthday. Hopefully she doing something fun on her day. Let's get into it. So I'm scrolling the internet, y'all. Scroll. What up, Samar? I'm scrolling the net, a couple days ago, and I ran across a little video done by this chick, right? Named B. Simone, right? And it was crazy to me how people could still to this day take the time to try to kick dirt on this man's name. I'm just going to play a little bit of it. Then I'm going to address, what they were talking about in the video. So I'm going to play a little bit of it.
Amazing speech on that amazing day and led amazing people to freedom? Or is it important that we know, or is it important that we knew both?
I think it's both.
But that's hindsight. That's hindsight. You see what I'm saying?
Reality is more important. I think reality is important.
But reality, what's more important to the overall picture?
Fucking perception.
Thank you. It's more important
to me because outside of Martin Luther King, let me give you an example. He's a great father. He's a great father. He's a great father. He's a great businessman.
I'm gonna stop it. Y'all could go back and watch that or whatever, but that was B. Simone, right? So she kicking dirt on the great Dr. Martin Luther King's name by saying that he supposedly cheated on his wife, saying that takes away from him. This bitch don't even watch it. Hold on, let me let Detroit Kings in the building. What up, Detroit Kings?
Good afternoon, my brother. I saw that, man. I'm gonna let you go off on it.
Man, let me get mine off first because I've been wanting to say that. I said we're not gonna be in here long. But dog, do you see what's going on here? The ignorance. I don't care how much money you got or how successful you are. That is ignorant. For one, this man's ops was the CIA. I don't know what he was going on. And even worst case scenario, say he did get a little something on the side. Who cares?
Right.
I mean, that would make him wrong. Okay. That would make him what? Human.
Right.
I mean, all this, he gave his life for, he could have ran his congregation. You know what I'm saying? He had a very successful church. He could have ran his congregation and lived his life, lived to be about 80 and 90 years old. But the man gave his life for us. Change. And for her to get on her platform, being a famous comedian, and try to discredit this man, man. What do you think about that? I think personally, I think
Dang,
that's
that's the first time I saw that. Though, so one of my homeboys told me what she did. I'm like, I thought he was kind of lying because I don't think she would be that disrespectful. But then when I looked at it, she was being disrespectful.
yeah,
The
man.
man died at that man died at an early age. You know what I mean? For the rights for us to vote. Um, I mean, I ain't gonna get too deep into it, you know what I mean? But he did a lot. Now, if you don't agree with what about him allegedly, I don't really care if he cheated on his wife or not. That ain't my business at the end of the day.
Exactly. I think it's this. Where you getting your information from? So CIA tapping his phone, doing all this. Do you know this man's approval rating was lower
Yeah,
than Trump's? 70% of America hated this man for nothing.
exactly.
So
B
even
Simone is a clown though. Anyway, though she just be talking, man.
yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. I had to address that. Like the goofiness. Somebody who don't even wash
Hmm.
their ass got the
That's a
nerve to
fact.
talk down on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. All right, let's get into it, fam. So I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. When I was younger, did you think this? When I was
Uh,
younger, I was a hothead. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought he was a sucker because I couldn't see his tactic. I couldn't see his vision.
I never thought. You funny that my cousin thought that, but I never thought he was a sucker. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I thought he was too soft.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree. I agree with that. But with my age came a little more maturity, a little more knowledge, and I recognized that. You know what I'm saying? This
Hmm.
was a tactic, right? So
Right.
America is just a country in the world. So the world turn on their TV and they see what happens if they see a group of black people fighting it out with the cops to the death. You know, they're gonna think like, man, these dudes, they're gonna think that the black people are in the wrong, right?
Yes.
Outside looking in, you turn your news on, you see a group of black people fighting with the cops, you don't think they're wrong. But on the other end, if you turn the TV on in another country and you see these people getting brutalized by these savages, you're gonna say, you know, that you're gonna know the truth at that point. So to me, it was a tactic, and part of the reason why I think they killed them because I think it was gonna come a time where Dr. King said, you know, I think it was gonna have a breaking point. And if that
Yeah.
would have had that breaking point, I think it would have been hell to pay in the country, man. What you think about that?
I actually agree with that. You do know he was talking about we should get reparations and stuff like that. And they wasn't trying to hear that. He was just too powerful. They scared he was going to be president after John F. Kennedy, and that speech to this day is powerful on DC on the Capitol Hill when he was in DC.
Right. Uh, he was a genius, probably one of the greatest men of all time. Um, that's why to this day I see the disrespect. That's why I had to come up here and do a little something different. Like I said, we're not gonna be in here for long, but you know, I'm on social media. I see all the posts, you know, with Dr. King holding up Casamigos bottles with you know, strippers around them. The King basically
I'm tired of seeing that, man. I see that every year talking about $100 in a bottle if you come at 9 o'clock and Dr. King on the flyer. That's totally disrespectful, man. Like who doing
totally
this?
disrespectful. Yeah, people missing the point, man. Missing the point. So I got a couple quotes before we
All
slide
right.
up out of here. These are some of his quotes that actually some of my favorite quotes that I incorporate in my, you know, regular job or whatever. So here say, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. That's a powerful quote. What you think about that one? So when it's all said and done, like you're gonna remember those people that I look at this as like police, right? If you
Right.
be silent and you see everybody, you know these cops are dirty and they're victimizing people, and you're staying silent. To me, that's just as bad as doing the crime yourself.
I agree. That's a deep quote right there.
Very like you're gonna remember the silence of your friends. Like if you're not gonna take up for me, if you're a police officer, you're not gonna take up for people. as being victimized, you're almost worse, in my opinion, than a person that's actually doing the goofiness.
Yep, I
Fact.
agree. I agree with that, though. Man,
It's,
he got so many quotes. I mean, it
yeah,
wouldn't even be do no justice. This would be a long show, man. It's so many quotes that man did, man. It's ridiculous, man.
facts. We'll get to another one. He says, darkness cannot be driven out by darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I'm still trying to live by this, so to speak. When uh when somebody's hating on you or doing something negative,
Yeah.
it's hard to show love. So what you think about this quote from the great
You
man?
know what? I'm not. You know what, man? I agree with this quote. I be trying. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. I don't like the haters, man. I want to support anybody, man. I don't give a damn if you got more money than me. I want to support. I want to see people win. And
Exactly.
I'm frustrated with us black people that love to hate on each other. It's a sickness in the community, man.
It's sick. It's sick, but you know what? All you can do is stay solid.
That's a
All
fact.
you can do is stay solid. So we got this is one. This is one I love, man. Life's most important, persistent, and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Just like you said, what are you doing for other people, man? Are you just a selfish person that like that's to me that tells how successful you are in your life, and to me that's what life is all about.
Man, that's what it's all about. That's why, I don't know if nobody understands this, but in the city, man, where we at now, there's a lot of black entrepreneurs that got boutiques, man. And every time I go try to get my clothes, I try to get my clothes from at least a black owned person to try to help them out, to get
Facts.
money, to keep it going, man. That's what Martin Luther King would be preaching that about black empowerment. If you read Dr. King, what he was saying. Now he did say everybody need to stick together. That's true, but he was also talking about this. He was talking about us first.
Right. A lot of people want to know, what are we here for? What's the purpose of life?
Right.
This is it right here. It's it.
Exactly.
The purpose of life is to help one another. Something is that. All right, we got
Yeah.
a couple more quotes, but I could have went all day with these quotes, man. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy.
Mm.
It's not about where you at when it's all comfortable, but when shit hit the fan, what are you gonna do? Where do you stand? So this one was, what you think about this one, bro?
That's a D one. I think he probably wrote that when he was in controversy in the jail cell and everything like that, man. People do realize, man, this man, even even if he was getting beaten, the man was in jail.
Right. Look, people don't realize, like right there on my thumbnail, they taking him to jail right there.
They taking him to jail, and this dude was in his 20s.
Right. And in jail, he wrote one of the what's arguably one of the most influential documents ever written. He wrote when he was in jail. That's a letter from a Birmingham jail. If you scholarly, it's up there in reverence to like philosophers like Plato and Aristotle, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a high reverence. It's regarded as one of the top documents ever written. Beautifully
Facts.
written. It's a letter that he wrote to the clergyman. He wrote it to the church, and when I tell you, throwing shade in a nice way, man,
That's the best way you're gonna never be polite.
that man was being polite, but he was spitting daggers at them dudes. Called them so-called clergymen.
Yep.
All right, so we got two more quotes, and then I got to play a little bit of the speech before we slide up out of here.
Facts.
Just had to, pay homage to a great man. So this next quote we got: the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and not critically. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. Man, this is a very powerful quote, because if your morals are not right,
Right.
You could be the smartest person in the world and be dumb at the same time if you don't have character.
I mean, we
You know
see it.
what I
We
mean?
seeing it now.
You seeing it now. All these degrees, all your degrees that you have, it doesn't mean nothing if you don't have character.
Facts.
If you don't have character, you could be the smartest. You can have a 4 or 5 doctorate degrees. You don't have character, you're ignorant.
Yeah.
And this
There's a
last
lot of people. There's a lot of people got a lot of degrees and treat their own people wrong.
wouldn't even pee on you if you was on fire.
Hey, that's a fact.
And this last quote, this was towards the end of his life, and you're gonna understand why what I said. This when he was kind of locking in with the great Malcolm X, and I think it was going to be a change in his philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it. I do a lot of studying about Dr. King, and I saw it was kind of a change in his philosophy. He said, "Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed."
Mm-hmm.
So we're starting to get that energy, as you can see by this quote. You would even think that this sounds like a Malcolm X quote, actually.
Yeah.
Saying we got to demand our freedom.
And don't get it twisted. Malcolm X was on point too, but I can kind of see his, you know what I mean, like his rhetoric sometimes. He had a rhetoric, you know what I mean, that some people scared. But before he died, he kind of calmed it down, but he still was on code though.
Right, they kind of both went in the direction to be on the same path. That's why they killed him, because Malcolm X was coming back. He was going too far left. You know what I'm saying? And Dr. King was starting to come a little bit left. Like, okay, we got to find a medium. Like he said, we got to demand this. We got to demand our freedom. They're not just going to give it to us. See what y'all talking about in the comments. And sure, we got a couple people up here. Like I said, this was a live just to pay homage to the great MLK.
Mm-hmm.
If you catch it on the rewatch, go ahead. No, it's a little something different. I want to say this. When I come up here on the show, you know, I make a lot of jokes about and a lot of people think like that's me for real. Like, come on. You know, we talk about violence, but we're talking about that in the show. Like, you gotta understand, like, it's more to it than that. I'm not like some type of a bozo who out here cheering for a young boy getting stabbed. That's entertainment. That's the show. You know, so before we get up out of here, of course, I got to play a little bit of the speech. Of course, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I got to leave y'all with a little bit of it. Here we go.
To you, Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr. I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free.
I'm just going to leave it right there. He said 100 years later, the Negro is still not free. Man, powerful. I I got a hot take before we get out here, Detroit King. I want to
All
let
right.
you what do you think about this? I think back in the 60s, I think black people were in a better position then than we are now. You see how together they were? We might think we have more rights and things like that, but you see how divisive things are right now with the killings and the violence, and especially where we at. It's like,
Right.
man, like at least in the 60s, bro, like it seemed like black people were together, man.
I'm gonna say this right. I actually agree with that, but the only thing is, I mean, the racism. I mean, racism is still at its finest to this day, anyway. But it was like the only difference is that it's no type of um. Dang, that's kind of crowd. I want to say it's equality, but it really not. You know what I mean? But you know what?
It's sad. Shout
I'm
out
a,
to Demar. Appreciate
oh,
you. Go ahead, bro.
oh no. I was just me personally. Okay. I prefer they unite as black people at that time than they is right now. We ain't no code as black people. They was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, man, you could get like somebody would help each other out. It seems like they were going in the right path, but it's systematic, man. They killed all our leaders. They put all of this ignorance on
Hmm.
the forefront. Anybody who looked like they could possibly be a leader, they try to discredit them. And it's like in the 60s that we were going in. You saw those people out there in that crowd, man.
Yeah, man.
Man, and nothing happened, bro. Wasn't no fights. Nobody started shooting. You know what I mean? Everybody was just together.
I think.
Of
I
course, you still
mean,
had suckers, but
yeah. You still have some coons, man. You still
facts.
got you got coons now, but you had some back then. But they ain't as happy as they was. They got called out,
Yeah,
and you could. I
yeah,
don't really think you can really like. You could take the money like a Candace Owens. She could go on Fox or whatever and just sell her own people out. You know what I mean? That wasn't happening.
Like back then, you would get clown. Right now, you get
Yeah,
celebrated.
exactly.
You get celebrated. Well, there you have it, man. Thank you to Detroit Kings. Thanks for everybody who came through. DeMarcus, Tamika. We had a couple more people. DeMarcus showed some love with the super chat, man. That's always a good look.
Let
Definitely
let
appreciate
me let me say one thing, and I ain't gonna I'll be quiet. All right,
you.
I
No, you
think
good.
this is a dope show, man. What you just did. I think Black History Month is coming around. I think you should highlight every black on Black History Month. You should come up and get them they flowers for Black History Month.
Yeah,
Invest. I
that's a
mean,
great
all
idea, bro. That is a great idea. We can do that. Definitely.
give them flowers. So, we know we invented a lot of stuff, and a lot of these people not getting their credit. It's a lot of people, that invented stuff like peanuts and macaroni and cheese that they don't get and they black. We don't get we built this country, and these people don't get credit for it. It's
They
a
don't.
lot of people.
Yeah. Definitely.
So the
Yeah,
whole
man.
month, man, Brillo, you do your thing, man. These people they learn their history, man.
Definitely agree with that. And that's definitely something that I can do. Just to give, a little something different. Nothing
Hmm.
crazy. Uh, I just felt compelled to come up here and celebrate Dr. King, especially after I seen that B. Simone stuff and the fact that to this day people still trying to kick for what? Trying to kick dirt on his name. Okay, I wouldn't care if he cheated on his wife or not. Yes, it's wrong. That don't take away from this man's greatness. Your daddy probably cheated on your mama.
Yeah, man. People ain't gonna agree with me on this, man, but I think our generation and not we millennials, but the Z's and some millennials, they disrespectful towards the dead. That stuff got to stop.
Yeah. Because they don't realize you're not hurting anybody. That person's already
Exactly.
dead. You're just hurting the people who love them. You're just hurting their memory. All this crazy
Exactly.
shit they do in Chicago and stuff like that. Like it's goofy. It's goofy. You're not doing anything but hurting the memory of that person, hurting their loved ones. And for what? That person is dead.
Exactly. People people don't understand, man. Like when you more like just because it's like from my father being passed away, it's been like 10 years. That stuff don't go away, man. You mourn a death to the day you die. So you sitting there talking about somebody's wife, husband, brother. If they ain't really smacked you or robbed you or took no money and killed one of your family, you should not be disrespecting them. Show some respect.
All right. Before we get up out of here, I'm gonna leave y'all with my favorite quote. That's this one right here, the first one that I gave you. In the end, we will not remember the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. So if you rock with me, you need to rock with me. If you got a friend, you need to rock with them and support them. Don't be silent. And anything you want to add, Detroit Kings, before we slide up out of here?
No, man, I had a good time, man. Celebrating the king. You know what I mean? He inspired so many people across the world. So let's stop disrespecting this man legacy. Don't disrespect Malcolm legacy. Don't Medgar Evers. Don't disrespect these people legacy, man.
You come across this. Let's stop. Hey, look and listen. I'm not letting nothing slide no more. I'm sorry. I'm not letting things slide no more. I'm pressing everybody. If I see you doing something goofy, just like it's just so much negativity on it.
Yeah.
I'm not like you rarely hear me talk about celebrity stuff and this and that, but it's just so much negativity. Now you should just stay in my lane. But now I'm like, bro, I can't do it. I'm gonna say this last thing. Kim Myra, appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. 10 more bucks on MLK Day. Thank y'all for even coming. I didn't even expect nobody to even show up for this live because it was so different. But I just want to talk about like the negativity that spread. Like people feel the need to say, and this is a little off topic, to talk about how Lil Meat's dress. I think it's this, like, so because he don't wear some Balenciaga, because he don't wear skinny jeans and some Balenciagas, and he wears something a little different. No, I wouldn't wear it.
Right.
You know, I'm a grown man. Like I wouldn't wear it. That's not my style. But I don't have to go out my way to say, man, that's trash.
Right.
And you go out your way to say a negative comment, like that's how you feel about that, man. To me, it's like I'm not letting it slide.
Me personally, I don't
got on his body.
Right. Maybe it's just me, and me and you, but that's just what his style is. I don't care.
Right. It's just
long as he ain't in jail. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I just pointed it out because it was negative. It's like we just wait and clamor for somebody to make a mistake. And I point him out because it's just like when the thing happened with the gun. Before we even had any information, people just calling them dumb, just hop on their platform and go off on them before you even know the story. So everything has came out or whatever. And we find out that him and his security, security, might I add, executive security. For those of you who don't know, that's security that can carry weapons any and everywhere because they got the executive title. They have the exact same Goyard bag. You know, so he grabbed the wrong bag. Easily explainable. All the credentials were in the bag. Easily explainable. So before we jump out the window, it's like people clamoring and they want the boy to fail. That's what I say about us sticking together and all the hell. I'm not letting nothing slide this year.
Brillo not playing no games, man. Even with your content creators, man. I know Brillo don't like this, but if you hate on the show and I see hating, your name gonna get called out. Stop trying to hate on it. Stop hating. I don't like the old heads that's hating on these young kids. Help them out. If you know they need guidance, help them out. Instead of talking about what we used to do back in the day. Well, they ain't doing that back in the day. You want to sit there and talk about it. How about you be a mentor?
Exactly. That's exactly. That's my only gripe. So this year in 2023, I'm not letting nothing slide. If you own goofiness and you own negativity, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. It don't matter who you are. It don't
That's what
matter.
they used to do in our age anyway. I mean, around in our era, Brillo, man. They call you out. They don't give a damn about your feelings. People be getting mad now. Forget your feelings. You want to sit there act like a clown, you gonna get called out.
At this point, Detroit Kings, we are the OGs. So that's
That's
our
true.
responsibility to call
That
people out on
that's
their
true.
negativity. So if you're on here being negative, if you're a creator or anybody, even if I don't know you, I see you on my timeline and you saying something goofy, I'm calling you out.
If I'm looking at your content on YouTube and I see you hating, I'm automatically unsubscribe to you. I don't want no negativity. I don't like that. It's
Right.
about supporting each other and collabing and supporting. So what if you don't like their style of breaking down movies and TV shows and music, whatever? That's the way they do it.
Right. Differences all that time. See, that's how people get so wrapped up in the goof. That's negativity grows, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I be wanting to say so many things, but I'm accustomed to minding my business. Well, I'm not minding my business in 2023. I'm minding
Right.
everybody's business.
Right.
I'm calling it out because it's starting to affect me. The
Yeah.
negativity. I can't go on my timeline. I just want something positive. You can't turn on the news or even go on my timeline without being some negative. And it's just hate. It's just pure hate.
It's hate, man. And then sometimes people just be trying to do it to go to get
Right.
them a touch some
Likes.
clout, get some likes and some clout. Like you gonna ask for the wrong thing. Like prime example, right? With BMF, right? I know Lala ain't the best actor, but this I'm on Twitter on my timeline. She talking about why Lala is playing a high schooler. I'm sitting there telling her, I said, let me go ahead and embarrass this girl. I said, duh, it's clearly she just told Terry that she's married. Oh man, I ain't even got there yet. Man, you know this woman ain't playing no doggone teenage. You just want to say that just for you people could like or comment on it.
Exactly. You know, some people are just negative. They clamoring and they worship celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
look,
do.
I don't care, man. I usually stay in my lane, but look, I'm gonna try something new, bro.
Pop culture.
I'm not letting nothing slide. Nothing slide. With that being said, man, have a happy Martin Luther King Day. Look, even if you at work, you couldn't take off work, you know, because you got responsibility. You're not trying to be out here like Charles. I get it. Take off work. You know, I had to. I don't care what live we on. I'm still gonna get on Charles.
Hey, let me say one thing though, bro. I think tomorrow. No, it definitely tomorrow at 10:30. I mean, you probably if you watch it, if you ain't busy, it's gonna be me, L. We're gonna be on Tamika's live talking about Last of Us. That shit is
Yeah,
fire.
tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna be on there because I'm about to watch that right now. Man, this
Mm-hmm.
was fun, man. And
Yes,
I
sir.
definitely gonna do that. And look, it don't even gotta be Black History Month. I'm gonna try to do once a week, do a live similar like this, just to talk about, you know, our people, just to give them their flowers, like you said, so to speak, and you know, let people know that, you know, basically let people know that it's more to it than just, you know, the random acts of violence to pour out the goofy. Like, you know, I I feel like this was an important live. That's why I did it. And shout out, happy birthday to Pretty Girl Trap Content.
Happy birthday, pretty girl. Somebody that's humble and she can do something for you. She definitely gonna do it if she can.
Yeah, she definitely helped me out a lot. She helped build my channel in the beginning before she even started coming live. A lot of those segments and my whole setup. I give her credit where credit is due. Like we came up with that. It wasn't just, you know, all me. We will put our brains together and come up with different segments and a whole format. You know how I run my show. So we worked on that together. So I would never like, you know, try to say, you know, yes, you know, it's all me, this and that. She helped me a lot in the beginning, and she's still helping me to this day. So shout out to Pretty Girl Trap Content. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All right, man. We gonna slide out of here, man. I found a little cheesy little Martin Luther King rap, man. So I'm gonna play that while we sliding up out of here, man.
Alfred and Willie, Christine Martin would play games at Ebenezer Baptist Church
Peace,
in
y'all.
Atlanta. They were raised, their father was Minister King, where the congregation prayed.